Welcome to episode 4 of Webcomic Showcase. Today we're going to be looking at A Schoolgirl Bit by a Cat, Utterly Absorbed Comics, but first, Decaf. Stay tuned for the interview where they explain how a character in their story share the same disability. What's up everyone, my name is Imani, and I'm here to give you a behind the scenes look into the creative process of art and comics. If you like that kind of stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button because that helps out my channel really much, and I can buy some more, I don't know, anime figures like these, please. Let's begin with Decaf, a LGBTQ romance drama webcomic created by Fritz Chang. Hans is a floor manager of one of those departments of the magazine Decaf. He's going through an existential crisis as to where his life is going, or rather, where it isn't, until Carl, the new intern, shows up and makes things around the office a bit more exciting. I got in contact with Fritz Chang and asked her a few questions like, how long have you been creating comic books? She told me, I've been creating comic books for as long as I can remember. I made my first serious attempt at a comic at the age of 12, I think. So about 13 years, give or take. I'm 24, approaching 25. As for self-published comics, my first webcomic, Sprudelraser, I'm sorry, I don't speak German. I think it's something like sparkling water in English. Launched on TAPAS in July 2016. So I have been on TAPAS with my comics for 5 years. What do you have to say about a certain character from your series? Oh man, I love my characters. I could say so much. Carl Jensen is very special to me because I created him before I knew I had ADHD, and he has many of the same traits I have, and also struggled with them undiagnosed. I got diagnosed and subsequently realized Carl, like myself, is a person who struggles with ADHD as an adult. It's a special feeling because you seem immature to other people, at least in my experience. I like to make characters that struggle with things people don't really talk about that much, and show their vulnerability, and let people who read the stories know that maybe it's not all bad to be hyperactive, spontaneous, menace sometimes. Just don't steal. How do you come up with the characters in your story? Well, in a sense, they're all parts of me or parts of other people I know. I often base characters on people I know or have known. Characters come very naturally to me. It's hard to explain the process. In the end, I just want my characters to feel like humans. I wanted to know what inspired Decaf, and Fritz Chang told me Decaf started as a break from my main project at the time. I was feeling stuck in a format and workload of making a comic, so time-consuming with traditional art colored with watercolors, and I just wanted to have fun with my characters. I always wanted to tell stories about emotion, mental illness, and the struggles of everyday life with LGBTQ characters, where the main plot wasn't just the character's marginalized identity. So I made Decaf as a thought experiment, started posting it as an alternate universe iteration of my other comic, and since it gained an amount of traction I would have never imagined, I decided to flesh out the story and make it a whole comic. I asked Chang, what are the main themes behind the series? The main themes behind the series are nihilism and existentialism, really. I have a bachelor's degree in German literature and I love classic literature. However, the themes are also healing from self-destructive tendencies, self-acceptance, and friendship. I know it sounds cheesy, but Decaf is categorized as a romantic comedy drama after all, so it has to be a little cliche, right? If you want to know more about Decaf, I left a link in the description for the full interview. Next, we have Otterly Human, a comedy slice-of-life webcomic. It's about utterly observed comics. No, really, that's how the synopsis says. Otterly Human sent me his comic on my MADDINDIES forum a while back so that I can showcase it and promote the series, and that's what I'm going to do. This comic is a 4-panel monochrome, each with humor, dark and sarcastic jokes, with a lot of talking animals telling these jokes. If you like comics like Otterly Human, they have a store on Redbubble where you could purchase t-shirts, mugs, stickers, art prints, and much more. I'll link that down in the description below. Before we move on to the final showcase, shout out to my supporter on Patreon, Sonia. Thank you so much for your contribution to my brand. For just $1 a month, you can get yourself a shout out on my upcoming videos. Cat Club is an action comedy horror webcomic created by Wooly Parr. Ren Nizu was just a lonely high school student who likes cats. One day, she gets powers from a strange cat that bit her, and she meets a group of girls who call themselves Cat Club. Ren, desperate for friends, attempts to join, though she was ignorant to the club's true purpose. As always, when I get the opportunity, I like to speak with the creators about their series. This is Wooly Parr's first comic, and he's been doing it for a little bit over a year now. He told me that he plans on having 60 episodes. He's currently at 8. I asked Wooly Parr what inspired Cat Club, and he told me, my inspirations for this project came from a lot of places, but mostly Spider-Man, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Hunter x Hunter, Claymore, and a lot of other manga I've read. Which series are you reading first and why? Please let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this episode of Webcomic Showcase, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more art and comic videos. Follow me on social media, all that jazz is in the description below, and watch my latest video right here.